Okay, time to get this going. Let's get this going. Let's get this going. Alright, we'll start here in a second. Just gotta share the links everywhere and whatever. And we should be good. Hello, Brezzy. Welcome in. Welcome in. Alright, can you all hear me well? I know last time we had a bit of an issue. But, alright, what we got here first up is we've got a Tech 6 that I thrifted today for 75 cents. It is very sun-bleached on this side, at least. No one can hear you, bud. No one can hear... Okay, good. You can hear me. Great. Glad to hear it. It's got a sticky trigger, and there's something rattling in there. It does prime very stickily, but it's a Tech 6. It's not worth the effort it would be to repair. And I think we all know what's going to happen to this. So we're going to go ahead, and we're going to gut it for parts. That'll be the first thing that we do. But, yeah, Vile has some things going on. He's doing real-life things instead of live streaming. How dare he? How could he possibly do this to us? But, yeah, I'll be filling in for him for today. So we're going to start off by just kind of murdering this. Welcome in, H. Young. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I have no idea. There's certainly some rust in here. Hopefully the mainspring isn't super rusty, because that's most of what I care about in here. And a little bit of rust on there. Ugh. Let's clean that off. Or at least that's just surface I can get off with just a Kleenex. Yeah, not much of that's coming off. But, it'll be fine. Ah, Murph in the Nerf Dirt Factory. Ah, okay. I do recognize that name. Welcome in, Windelic. May you ask how you came to barricade grip for your Mark II? Well, let's just say I had 2 dead barricade shells in the bin. That's basically it. And it just happened to fit pretty well. We'll get to that later, guys. We'll get to that later. So, yeah, we got some gross rust. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I mean, I still paid 75 cents for it, so it's still a good deal. But, come on. Gross. Ugh. What is that spring? Is that even worth me trying to get this pin out? Maybe. Oh yeah, I can get that out pretty easily. Can I do anything else in here? Probably not. No one cares. It's a Type 6 turret. It's going to probably get binned eventually. Just going to knock out some of the dirt. Yeah, there's certainly some rust in here. Free absolver? I would say that, but it's a Tech 6 cylinder, so it's not got very good barrels, and it's got these stupid barbed posts, so it's not really good for that either. It'll probably just be used as spare plastic, if anything. Welcome in, B645. How are you doing today? Yes, we've definitely got some rust on there, but it's absolutely usable. It's not like a spring stops working just because it's got a little rust. Oh, that poor O-ring. Yeah, there's certainly some rust in here. Someone must have stuck this in the pool. Hello, Wendelic. Oh yeah, a bit of a screw post or something. That'll have been what was rattling around in there. Can I even get this catch? Okay, that's just a pin. Luckily, I don't care about the shell. It's not like I'm going to integrate this into anything. It's a freaking Tech 6. But... and sun damaged at that, so it's probably pretty brittle. Yep, snap that post. Don't care. All I went from here are all of the internal bits anyway. I might even just bin the shell, honestly. And that's coming from someone who normally saves everything. Ugh. That's nasty. That's nasty. I don't even know if that O-ring's barely worth saving. I suppose it's not so bad once you clean it off. Yikes. What flag even is that, Bruzzy? Ugh. Lots of rust on this mainspring. I'm sure a good amount of it'll come off, but yikes. Oh yeah, a lot of that's coming off, actually. Good, good, good. Estonia. Welcome in, Matt. Shy Guy, whatever. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're currently murdering a Tech 6 because it's a Tech 6 and no one likes them. Okay, do I have to knock out a stinking pin again? There we go. That one was actually pretty easy. Ugh. Gross. So we will keep all of the internal parts, but we will probably throw out the main shell. We'll keep the priming handle. That could be put on something, but the main shell is pretty much worthless. So, and since this side's so sun damaged, I have a feeling it might be brittle. So we're just going to put that in the same place as the knockoff from the last stream. That's just going to go in there. No need for it to take up space in my basement. Let's just clean some of this dirt off of the spring, because this is the main part that we give a frick about. How many people we got? We got 7 people watching. Thank you for tuning in. Don't know how long we're going to go tonight, but we should go for at least maybe an hour or two. Little bits of green plastic. Ugh. I don't even think there was a bit of leaf. Plunger tube. These are decent for modding stuff, because I think this might be one of the ones that faux barreling fits into. Grim, welcome in, man. How are you doing? Oh, frick, I might have put that first. Oh, wait, I can just push from the other side. Never mind. There we go. Where's some faux barreling quickly? I want to see if this is the stuff that faux barrel fits in, because some Buzzbee plunger tubes are good for that. Where do I stick my faux barreling? I have so many random tubes just everywhere. I keep losing track of things. There it is. Yep. This is the stuff. You're fine. You got 5.5 hours left of work. Ouch. Sorry to hear that. Okay, this is definitely one of those useful things, is a Tech 6 plunger tube. Faux barrel. Nice friction fit. I believe I believe that this is one of the, this might actually be one of the tubes that I used for my knockout inline clip. This might be able to just friction fit in the barrel. I have the barrel of one of them somewhere around here. Let me check. Yep, friction fits straight into the barrel of a rival blaster. So you can just put the Tech 6 plunger tube into rival barreling. It'll just go on in there, friction fit, and then you can friction fit full barrel into there for an instant upgrade to Mega XL or an inline clip or both. Just another use for Tech 6 parts. Hey, Axel! Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Joshua. Welcome back. I remember you from last stream. So now we've got that pretty gutted. We'll wipe down this plunger rod. Could be useful for something. Now that we've also binned the shell because it's sun-damaged and crappy and dirty and not worth the trouble. And we can put all this off to the side and talk about another project that we're going to be working on today. I'm just going to quickly sweep all this to the side because it's gross. We can just put this over here. You can sit in the corner. We have an interesting new project of mine. This is the Dart Zone Pro Mark II. It's a pretty awesome pistol. I really like it. But the grip on it is actually not the greatest. There's a weird dip right here that I need to do something about, but the biggest issue is this part right here. It just kind of doesn't blend well, and this ridge here will actually hit my thumb. Pretty painfully, actually. I've already done a slight mod here. I've actually taken plastic card and cut out spacers for the little grip panels here. So these are actually sticking further out, and we'll get to why that is in a second here. But basically, we need to do something to this grip to make it more comfortable. And that would be what this gut does. This is actually the cut down handle of a barricade. And it's actually pretty good fit. I've cut this one down already painstakingly, and right now it's just got some blue tack in there to help hold it together. But as you can see, that fits to there quite well, and that is why these grip scales have been widened so that they also still protrude further than the rest of the grip. So what we're going to look at doing is both mounting this and possibly doing some work with putty, because I want to do a full integration for this. All right, let's get you up on chat here. Xfox Games had a giveaway, and you got picked, but you lost because you guessed his bike wrong. Oh no! If you watch the video that he made, then you'll see. That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Making a blaster you don't like it is something better? Sweet. Oh yes. Oh, you don't like the Pro Mark II? Dang. Guess I mean, it's not for everybody. That's totally fair. I personally like it as a sidearm for myself, but I can see why some people wouldn't like it. But to that point, we got the hot glue plugged in here, obviously, and yeah, let's get right into it. But first, we got to try a new soda, because earlier today, while we were doing some grocery shopping, we ran across this Werner's Black Cherry. For those who don't know, Werner's is a ginger soda that's basically, it's made in Michigan. It used to be like a Michigan-only thing. It's kind of decent. Some people like it, some people hate it. But I personally like it, and this is a different flavor. They've added black cherry. I have never tasted this before. I have no idea how this is going to taste, so we're going to try it out. Looks mainly, I know that isn't a great thing to say, lol. That's fair. You enjoyed your Mark II, but now that you have a fire out, you'd rather run that. That is also fair. I've seen the new Mark 2.1, and it looks kind of interesting, but I don't like how the mag lips are on that, the spring-loaded ones, because those are going to be really annoying and get caught on gear. All right, let's give this a taste test. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's definitely a different flavor than I'm used to, but it's actually pretty good. Hey, welcome in, Oosified. You just passed on $3 Sonic Maverick? What is wrong with you? Just kidding, just kidding. How'd you get a Mark II? I knew someone who didn't really like theirs. We'll put it that way. I actually have two. One that was, fixed. This is another one. This was a prototype, as you can see. This one's actually glued on. It's got worse cuts. This one had a broken plunger rod. This is the one that I did for the Mods by the Minute episode. Oh, you just bought two? Okay, that makes sense. Welcome in, under-cliented. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this blue tack out so that we can position this properly. We're going to have to open up the blaster, take out all the internals, and we can get to work on hot gluing this in place. And then after that, we'll see. If we're still feeling good about it, we can possibly start doing a little bit of putty work. Shouldn't need much. I tried to get it cut really close so that there were as few gaps as possible, but there's always going to be a couple little areas. The real nightmare is going to be painting this thing, because I don't want to paint underneath the slide because it already kind of scratches a little bit as is, so paint doesn't really stand a chance. So I'm going to have to think of something that I can do here. I unfortunately don't have the orange one. That would make it a lot easier, because then I could just leave that area orange and paint the rest nice end strike yellow, as I love doing. Let's try and get all this stinking blue tack out. No, it's getting stuck in what's left of a screw post. I say what's left because I had to murder screw posts as usual, because integration, yay. Your fork knife Raven came in and you'll have to fix it. Well, is it broken? Someone actually said your name right. I don't know what that's actually really sad. That seems to be a pretty easy to pronounce name. I'm sorry to hear that people are always getting that wrong. You got a mint Sonic Praxis? Ooh, nice. Those are hot. You don't see those around very much. It looks like we got most of the blue tack. It had a jam of sorts for some reason. Yeah, flywheelers are like that sometimes. There we go. Blue tack will stick to itself. So you can usually use the wad to help get some rest of it off. So we can probably put that to the side. You bought like 30 blasters today? Oof. Mark 2.1, your boyfriend likes it, but you honestly don't like it either. External mags are great, but the pistol is way too big for your taste. Yeah, it is a pretty big looking pistol. And that's one of the things that I really liked about the Mark II, is that without the barrel on, it's actually pretty small. Like, that's a decent size, and I like it. It feels good in hand and has decent power, especially if you can get it to seal properly, which, granted, is kind of difficult. Yours had issues with the electronics. You gave it a smack and it worked fine. That's hilarious. You might want to mess with the trigger spring. It's a plastic spring, and it's absolute garbage feeling. Interesting. I would not have called them using a plastic spring for the actual return. That's kind of sad. You got 4 Reflex 6s. Oh, man, Reflex 6s. I got a few of those myself. I've got like 4 of them sitting over there. Plus the one that Gopher did sitting on the wall. And I think I've got the Bug Attack Rapid Fire from the last stream. Oh boy, allergies. Big yikes. The Zinc 2.0 is a really good sidearm. The Zinc looks pretty interesting. That one's even more down the whole thing of realistic pistols, the Zinc 2.0. Even more, I would say, than the Pro Mark II is. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this apart. The Zinc in black. Oh, man. I would not want to be the guy who makes a black Zinc. Ouch. That's a good way to get dog piled on. Now I'll pop them up from the other side. You just order an X-Shot quick slide and some brass. You want to see how well it's shotgun? I don't know. It might. I've heard it's a pretty decent blaster. I know there's a guy in r/Nerf that really, really likes them. I haven't personally had one to give a try. I'm kind of considering trying to get one eventually, just because I've thrifted 2 of the clips, but don't have any of the blasters that use them. For Reflex 6s, you could probably manta 2 of them together and dual wield manted Reflex 6s. That actually would be kind of cool. Someone should do that. Where's my flathead? It's one of the things I actually really dislike about Mark II is it has this stupid muzzle at the front. The cap is clipped, and it's really annoying to get off. As you can see, I've already got stress marks on this one because it's been off a couple times and it's marred up the shell a little. So whenever I'm working on this, I take it off once and I leave it off until I'm all the way done. Hey, Nerf Talk! Welcome in! Welcome in, Dark Angel Gaming. It's going pretty well, Drop leg holster versus waistband holster. Which is your favorite? Waistband, definitely. I do not like things super low on my legs. That doesn't really work for me with how I play. I prefer things to be on my belt. Same with my mag holders. I have them by my side, just hanging off of my belt. What am I up to? I am modifying a Pro Mark II. So what's going on here is the grip has issues at the back where it's pretty poorly shaped. It just kind of immediately just goes straight into here, and it's kind of squarish. Honestly, the whole grip is kind of squarish, but it especially, this ridge right here bangs into my thumb. It's kind of uncomfortable, especially because all the force of the prime tends to go into that area. So what we got here is the handle from a barricade that I have cut down, and we're just going to do that number right there, and super comfortable. Should be great. What could possibly go wrong? But we got to take out all of these internals because we don't want any of them getting any dust or anything in there. And it'll make it easier to get the shell all glued together. Pro Mark II is $20 more than the Pro Mark 2.1. That's weird. The new one is more expensive than the old one, I thought. At least here it is. Welcome in, Weaponizing Architecture. Welcome in. Alright. Got the barrel. You still don't have a Mark II yet. A little pricey. I would have to agree. It is a very, very pricey blaster. And with how poor the quality control can be, it's not necessarily even worth that price. Seriously, the quality control on these is pretty horrendous from what I understand. I've seen a lot of them having issues. Even this one has an issue where sometimes the trigger will just seize up out of nowhere. I have tried several fixes to no avail so far. I'm trying out a new one right now. But since the problem is so intermittent, it's really hard to tell if you fixed it or not. Which is extremely annoying. Alright, I should probably get like a bag and or a bin and just stick them in there. Because those need to stay separated. And yeah, we've got one of those nice hybrid brass barrels in here because I like to use the Worker Gen 3 Plus darts, and they're a little slimmer. It works pretty well. Just slide in here too. All these bits. All right, is that everything? Is that everything we need to take out of here? I think it is. The Deuce would work reliably, be the better buy. $40 for a 6-shot Pro Revolver. Come on. Yeah, I would have said the same thing, and it's really disappointing that it has so many issues. Very, very sad. I'm quite disappointed in that, and I won't be picking one up. Unless Dart Zone wants to sponsor me. Come on, guys. Sponsor me. Obviously. Best idea ever. All right. Let's take a look here. We'll leave the grip panels here for now so we can just use them to help line this up. So that's going to be pretty important. I might have to use a little bit of the blue tack just to help get it centered. Shut up, phone. Shut up. There we go. Okay, we can just put this blue tack in an area where it won't affect what we're gluing for now. And we can take it out again later. You'll say whatever Dirt Zone wants you to say if they sponsor you. I get that feeling. I wouldn't be quite that crazy, but I would still love to do some videos. You love when you live stream, you use these videos as moderating references. That's kind of cool. I'm glad to be able to be of reference to you. I love seeing it. I love seeing when you've been venturing out to do more mods, because mods are the best. You tried fixing your Deuce, and nothing you threw at it does anything. That being said, you seen a pic of someone cutting up theirs to take mags. Already? I think you saw someone calling an Uber spam lol. It was only a matter of time, but come on, that was a little too fast. What's funny is that isn't that essentially like just an Aeon Pro at that point? I mean, you know it's coming, but man. All right, let's see here. People do crazy things in the hobby. Yes, they do. Okay, so we can get that lined up. Where should we start our hot glue? Aeon Pro, but small. This is true. The Aeon Pro is quite chunky. This is probably going to be the point of no return, because this is my nice Mark II shell, and this is going to mean hot gluing it. Yeah, this should be interesting. Let's go for it, I guess. If this fails, I guess I get to have all the fun of scraping hot glue off this poor thing. Does any of that even make contact with the thing? No? You love hot glue? Yes. Welcome in, Yumma Cheese Man. Oh, you got a Deuce on the way? Uh-oh. Maybe you might want to drop that order. Drop a Deuce, as they would say. I'm sorry. We're very mature here. It's slightly off center there. You could probably make the Deuce take a side magazine if you made it mag-fed. This is true. You could probably make it into a new Rampage or whatever, because I know Silly Butts did a pump kit. Imagine combining that with a side magwell. You got the Dart Zone Pro Rate. Actually, that's something Dart Zone should do. They need to get on that. They've been doing all the weird things recently. They need to do a Raider magwell. Apparently, IPA makes hot glue unstick easier. Interesting. Almost like the Flywheel Maverick. Yeah. The Mayfly. Love that thing. They are a ton of fun. Okay, is that sticking now? Probably not. I probably should have thought this through more before I just instantly hot glued. What can I say? I think with my hot glue gun. Okay, how am I going to do this? Okay, so that side's just not on yet. Burn the shell! Ah, yes. Burn the shell. Very good thinking, Bruzzy. Why didn't I think of that? Alright, we're just going to add some hot glue in here now. That'll help things. We've already reached the end of that first stick. Great. I see you DMing me, Dark Angel. I do have a phone. It's actually a recent development. Because I am a quote-unquote adult now, which is a scary term. We only have the highest quality mod content. We got all the hot glue. Only the best for my viewers. Yeah, that's looking pretty straight. Just kind of hold that there for a minute. High temp black hot glue is a lot stickier than regular hot glue. Interesting. Good for EVA foam projects, but probably not great for Nerf because plastic. Interesting. So it's like black? Interesting. Coop thinks clear is better. Does that mean a hot glue is better than epoxy? These are very good points. I will say hot glue can come off after a while, so probably not, but like I still use it for a lot of reinforcement, especially of things where you're using like epoxy putty. Where it's very useful for me is epoxy putty is like really expensive. So what I'll do is when I have like a big gap area that I need to just fill with putty, I will take hot glue and do it up to just below where I need the putty to be. So I use as the least amount of putty as possible. Because spending money is lame. The black hot glue is straight up black. It looks like the tar monster from Scooby-Doo 2. I don't know what that is because I haven't seen that movie, but black hot glue, that sounds very interesting and very useful. I may have to look into that. So we're kind of just holding this here as the hot glue dries. This is actually high temp hot glue. So it could take a minute. But once that's dry, we can do the other side. Or not even dry, hardened or whatever the correct term is here. Then we can start reinforcing it big time. Well, you'll DM me the Amazon link in Discord. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Axel. Hopefully, all of this hard work on cutting this really well will pay off. Let's add some more glue. I gotta be careful. I think I got a little in the channel here. Because there is a cutout channel right along here that part of this side of the shell locks into, and it helps to straighten out the shell. So I want to be careful not to get any of the hot glue in there, because that'll stop the shell from closing properly. And it looks like I even got a little on this side of the shell. Whoops. We can undo that pretty easily, thankfully. Your dog looks like Scooby-Doo. Interesting, interesting. I suppose Scooby-Doo is a dog, so that would be plausible. Spending money is lame. Oh no, I have been quoted now. I say spending money is lame, then I literally just bought this epoxy putty today. To be fair, I've been out for like 2 months, so I'm good at procrastinating. And just not finishing integrations. Seriously, I have like a couple of integrations that I've been either working on for a while, or rather, by working on for a while, I mean they've sat in a bin and I've done absolutely nothing with them. Such as this work in progress tri-strike with stupid piece of. Hold on. We still straight? Yeah, we're still straight. Okay, we will leave this here. Don't fall over again, damn it. What did I just tell you? I'm just leaving it. This is a integration that I started working on a while back, probably around Christmas time of last year. And it's a tri-strike with AccuTrooper's back end here, because there is a weird dip in the tri-strike that makes basically any stock look horrible on it. Then we've got a shortened retaliator barrel here, and the foregrip from the, what's that one called? The Busby Wizard. It's surprisingly comfortable. I've done a lot of the putty on this side, but I just haven't done the rest. I just kind of lost steam on this project. Oh, shut up, clock. It's also got the barrel from Busby Predator. At 10K subscribers, you should turn a Nerf Jolt into some crazy blasters. 10K subscribers, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We barely pulled 1K, which I am very touched by. Thank you all for watching and subscribing and whatever. I never thought we'd get this many subs here. But yeah, I think honestly I just do the crazy thing with the Jolt anyway, to be honest. I like my Jolts. I don't know if you could tell. You just realized there's no way to sling any of the Dart Zone Pro blasters without using other accessories. Really? Do they not have none of? Now that I think about it, none of them have sling mounts, do they? That's kind of dumb. You love pistols? Me too, man. Me too. Big pistols guy right here. Let's see. Hopefully this is still straight. Yep, that is still pretty straight. Okay, that means it's probably time that I put some glue on this side then. Okay, where do I want to put it? I'll probably put it right here to start off with. Maybe a dab there. When are you going to your next big Nerf fight? I don't know. It'll be at least a month or two, though. Because all the events for the club that I go to, like, literally just happened. Literally earlier today was Z13. I actually did not get to attend that because I would have had to have gotten up at 4 in the morning to go, and I already went to Park War last week, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately on the Park War. That was a lot of fun, but you know what I mean. Do you think you should mod the Fork Knife Raven by sawing the barrel down? I mean, hey, if you don't like the long barrel, I say go for it. I mean, modding's always fun. Make yours unique, you know? So I'm thinking that most of this can be done without any putty. I try to take care of most of the lines with just cutting, but there are still going to be areas like this area right here that I'll want to use some putty to just blend it. Same on most of these edges, but a few of them I might be able to get away with just leaving. Probably. But whatever happens, I think it's probably going to turn out okay. Or at least tolerable. I am still dreading trying to paint this, but we're just going to plunge into it anyway, because I am not known for my smarts on holding off on modding. I am very bad at that. What's really annoying is this part keeps trying to come apart. So what I might have to do is just put a dab of glue in there or something. Oh yeah, I can glue that on the inside. Make great stuff without having to resort to kits. Thank you, thank you. That is usually the goal, because kits are expensive. I have a few kits. They're nice, but it's usually better if I can do it myself. Would you become vegan for life for $100 million? No. Most of my diet consists of meat. I am a meat lover. The Deploy is your favorite one that I did. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Deploy as well. I'm very proud of that one. To my knowledge, no one's even replicated that yet, which I'm surprised at. I'm surprised no one would jump on that mod idea. But hey, I guess I'm like one of the few people who actually cares to try. The Deploy is honestly fun stock anyway. I'm curious just how much performance you can get out of the original reverse plunger system on that. I never actually really tried, so I couldn't find a good spring for it. You have to have a very specific spring size to get it to function. You can use other barrels, H. Young. That's okay. It's also even easier because I found out that the Worker XPT is about the same size as the Nexus plunger, so that would also work in place of that. Soon you're going to buy a Raven so you can mod it and make it look like a Type 25 from Call of Duty. I don't know what that is, but I know the Raven can be a fun one to mod. I don't like the trigger pull, though. The trigger pull on the Raven's kind of horrible. Even after lock's removed. If you want a good trigger pull, though, I would recommend the Ultra flywheelers. They have very nice geared triggers. What are your opinions on the Blaster Barn? It's Draft trying to make more money off the community. I do appreciate there being someone who can actually sell older blasters. I know some of the issues with eBay, a lot of people getting scammed on there or whatever, and it can be hard to find things when you want them. So it is nice to at least have a website where there's some form of organization, but well, we'll leave it there. Let's try not to get too much tea. Let's see. Someone take a shot. He said Ultra. Oh no. We're going to do that game now. Every time I mention Ultra, you got to take a shot. I can make this very easy or very hard for you. Depends on how I'm feeling. This is looking halfway decent. Blaster Barn has the shell for the Nerf Jolt to make it look like a real... Yeah, they did have that one up. I was going to actually buy that, surprisingly. But then it was $3 for that, which was a reasonable price. But then shipping was $12. So, yeah, no thanks. You're back after like half an hour because why not? You keep getting this in your recommended. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, that is... I've heard from other people who are trying to get things from there that the shipping was just completely absurd. So, yeah, I wasn't having any of that. And now I believe someone else bought that, so I won't get it even if they do fix the shipping. Make it hard for like the 3 people here who can actually drink. This is true. I am not old enough to drink. I am 18, not 21. Instead, I will be drinking black cherry Vernors, which is actually not that bad. How's the camera doing? Okay, good. My camera isn't slipping at all. My new, I actually built a thing to hold the camera, or rather my iPad, out of Lego. So I'm glad that's working well. Oh, I forgot to plug it in. I have the charge cord right here because I know that streaming can take a good amount of battery life, especially because I tend to go for pretty long. I live in New York City, so it's going to be like $10,000 shipping. It seems to go up the more things you add, but so like if you, some people were getting good shipping deals where they'd buy one rifle and it'd be like $12 shipping, but then obviously for like a Nerf Jolt, that is not worth it in the slightest. But yeah, supposedly they're taking a look at that, but yeah, for the time being, shipping is whack. Let's see. Add some more hot glue. Oh wait, there's these blocks here. Strack, he has to make money by ripping us off. Oh, let's try to keep the temperature a little bit down there, Shy Guy. No offense, but you know, it is YouTube. Let's just keep it down a little. Did I mess up again? So there's these. I might have to shorten those with the Dremel. No? Okay, we're good. Never mind. Glad to hear it, Matt. Let's see here. Let's actually try and see what happens when we clamp some of this shell together. Oh, screwdriver. This one's better. I'll probably also maybe carve a little bit of a more cutout here for this screw post. Oh man, lots of burps. Maybe I shouldn't have drank soda on stream. Up to 10 viewers. Thank you all for tuning in. All right, let's see here. How's this feeling? That's already feeling a whole lot better than it used to. It's not even done yet. It doesn't even look very good. Good stuff. Very glad that I made these come out a little further. That definitely helps it. I'm also definitely going to need to do something about this area right here because my finger can't fit. So it just kind of rubs against me there. So I'm going to just try and either slope this back just a little more gradually, or I'm just going to make it a straight shot with putty and random bits of crap. Because that's how I do things. I guess one of the biggest things that we're really going to have to do with the putty, besides the small holes on these two areas, is what used to be a screw post here and here. Because those are massive holes. You're keeping the internal mag, or is this singling it? Yes, it is keeping the internal mag. There are actually no shell cuts done to this entire blaster. The only cuts have been done to the actual barricade grip. makes the grip a little bit thicker, but I'm honestly fine with that. I actually have proportionally decently long fingers, so it actually fits me pretty well. Okay, we should probably get some glue in the back here. Jolt City at the I'm seeing messages from Vile Wall. For those of you who don't know, VileMods is a friend of mine who does streams every Friday and Saturday on Twitch. But this week he is out doing life things. How dare he? So I'm streaming instead. Normally, my weekend plan is mostly just sitting there watching his stream and interacting because it is a great stream. He's a great guy. I recommend you give him a follow on Twitch and subscribe to him on YouTube. I don't have a link handy, but he's under VileMods. VileMods. He does some pretty high quality content. Thicker can be better. Agreed. Also, giggity. Let's see here. Misplaced a little bit of glue. Gotta be careful. This has been sitting for a while now, so it's probably getting kind of hot. I have actually burned myself with hot glue before. It is not pleasant. Okay, so you've gone from Drac to Coop. Any other Nerf tubers we want to touch on? Let's see here. Who should we go to next? Who should we either roast or mimic? Just kidding. There are a lot of great YouTubers out there. I watch very many of them. So, let's try not to offend too many of them. So you gotta get this all lined up. Yeah, I think this is gonna turn out nicely. If nothing else, even if it looks horrible, it's gonna be freaking comfortable, and that's what matters to me. Because I actually do use this as my personal sidearm at the wars that I go to. Mostly because, it has a actual holster that comes with it that works really, really well. I've had some other ideas for mods that I could potentially do to one of these at some point. I might do this on my other one, is that I want to just cut off the entire grip and just replace it with a curved Talon mag. And just cut the top off so that it just feeds directly into the normal feed mechanism here. And then I can build a new grip around the Talon so that it can just be a super high capacity one. That could be kind of fun. But I won't be doing that yet. I need a Talon to gut, and I kind of need the ones that I have at the moment. I just gutted one for a certain project. Actually, I don't know if I've shown that one off on YouTube before. Let me grab that, actually. So, something I've been working on for a little while now. If you've seen any of my videos before, you know that I like to do a lot of direct plunger conversions for older end strike blasters. I did the deploy with the Chronos internals. I've put Rampage internals inside of a Gear Up Raider, and I have done countless Retalicons. But this is one that I don't see too many people messing with. This is the Dart Tag Quick 16. Now you'll already notice something's not stock about this. Instead of the normal full-length magazine sticking out, I have a curved Talon mag backwards. The original mag looks really cool, but it really only works with the original taggers or whistlers or suctions, darts with the large heads, because it's curved. So modern darts, it wouldn't feed more than about 9 or 10 of them, and that's if you're lucky. So what I've done here is obviously I've integrated a Talon mag, and, well, you know what that means. That means short darts. So what I've got going on in here is pretty complicated. I've got my own pusher breech going, and it's actually got the barrel that used to be in this Mark II at the moment, because this one's been upgraded to use one of those brass hybrid ones. It's pretty nice. But one of the biggest issues with this is getting it to feed properly. And yes, this is actually direct plungered as well. The direct plunger mod I already did to this, and it's actually pretty easy. Rampage internals basically almost drop in. You do have to splice the breeches together, but that's actually pretty easy. If you have pipe cutters, or if you do it really just right, you can do it without even extra parts, just the 2 breeches and a little bit of glue. Very easy. But yeah, getting this to feed is actually fairly difficult because of just how much is going on here. And you don't have the tension from the magazine keeping the dart forced up into the breech, since it's just kind of floating there, and that does not help at all. Let me see if I can get it to fire around on screen here. Got a box of the best darts on the market right now. No, they're not Dart Zone darts. Dart Zone darts suck. We have got some nice Worker Gen 3 Plus darts. Buy these. These are the best darts on the entire market. You will not regret it. Just we can load a couple in here. Hopefully it feeds. I've been working out all of the kinks. Let's see. If I hold it level, it should function mostly. That one chambered at least. There we go. Well, those 3 fired anyway. But yeah, it does seem to jam about 30% of the time. Yes, this is half-lengthed. This is absolutely half-lengthed. This has taken quite a bit of effort. I do not recommend this mod. There is a reason I don't think I've seen anyone else attempt this. I've almost got it working. I just need to get it feeding smoothly. It's feeding about 70 to 80% of the time, but it's still jamming. And you have to really try to hold it level, because if you don't, it can run into all sorts of issues. It's definitely a work in progress. Speaking of work in progress, I got another work in progress mod right here. For those of you who are here with the last stream, you'll know that I thrifted one of these X-Shot blasters, the weird break-open pump-action blasters. Well, one of the ideas I had for this is, why not put an inline clip on it? Because, you know, the whole point of break action is to be able to load into the barrel, not push back into the actual blaster. So what I've actually been working on here, and I've definitely had to increase the strength there, is that's exactly what I've done. Is right here we've got a rubber little gasket here on the end of what used to be the barrel, which is actually very short. The barrel goes into the plunger tube. Let me get, I have the internals from another one of these. Thanks, Vile. They're quite interesting. This is actually the plunger system from one of these. So you'll notice it has a pretty short barrel, but the barrel actually goes into the plunger tube quite a bit, and the plunger head itself has a very deep cavity and that just fits around it, and it actually works pretty well. A lot of the X-Shot blasters work like that. So what I've done here is I have removed the dead space temporarily from the plunger head. I think I need to do it better. And now that that barrel is cut down, there's basically the only dead space being that much. And it's just got a rubber seal on here. And then we've got a CPVC coupler going into some aluminum tube that I got at the Goodwill outlet, because I buy random crap from the Goodwill outlet. And that feeds into some brass for a work in progress 3-round inline clip. It's working okay. It does have some issues, and I want to see if I can get a little bit more power out of it. Right now it's doing like 65, 70 FPS, but it does seal, and it does fire most of the time. You have to really want it to feed, but that did fire, and it definitely needs like an upgrade spring of some kind. In fact, if we get bored of this, we might actually switch over to this and see if we can give this a spring upgrade. Because why not? We got all day. But yeah, that's another project that I have been working on, and it's actually pretty cool. I really like this blaster. It just feels good in hand, even though it's X-Shot quality plastic. It's got a pretty smooth prime, and now it has a point to that break action. I had to increase the strength of this spring to actually make sure it could force up against here, because this is actually forcing the CPVC coupler into this rubber seal. It's actually compressing that seal just a tiny bit. And that's why it has to be so tight, because that keeps it up there. I don't know how well this is going to do. I used super glue to adhere the rubber, and it's lasted so far, but you never know how long that's going to last. We'll see. But we'll put this to the side for now and keep working on the Mark II. So we're getting a little closer, huh? Let's see. Working on the pump action X-Shot some more. Yep. The micro shots of theirs are awesome. Yes. The smaller, the pocket-sized blasters, but X-Shot is undeniably the king of those. My name is obviously Jolt King. I very much love the Nerf Jolt, but that is not my top pick for small pistols, not by a long shot. The Jolt's pretty great, but there's just better out there. Where do I stick my micro? Hello, Xbox Games! Welcome in, welcome in! Like I was saying, I think that the X-Shot blasters really have an edge over Nerf. Like, I love the Jolt. It's pretty cool. They also have crap like the uppercut. This thing is worthless. But X-Shot, they've had the micro for a while, and that's been pretty cool. It works pretty well. You can mod them to take short darts. I don't like the flappy priming handle. Yikes. You have $20. Should you get a red dot sight for your Nerf Rival Knockout or a stock for your Ultra Amp? I would go for the stock. This blaster here is the X-Shot Menace. This is the Screaming Eyeball version from their skins line. They have some really beautiful colorings. And I would go so far to say as this is the best pocket-sized pistol that has ever been made on, like, the full market. It basically internally is one of these X-Shot micros, except it doesn't have that floppy priming handle, so it hits every bit as hard. It has dart storage down here. It hits 70 to 80 FPS. The best part is, this is completely unmodified. Short dart, fires beautifully. It is completely compatible with short darts out of the box. Did I mention it costs $4? 4 United States dollars. Yeah, this has my highest recommendation. This is legitimately better than the Jolt for your money. Especially since the molds on the Jolt are starting to wear out. Especially for the barrels. They're not hitting as hard as they used to. The Dino Attack one is your personal skin on that one. I don't think I've seen that one. I'll have to take a look. You finally returned. Welcome back, Brezzy. All right. Let's get a little bit more hot glue out, and let's keep on aggressively hot gluing this poor Mark II to death. This will be comfortable if it is the last dang thing that I do. Oh, it's the one with the bayonet. Okay, now I got you. I know Axel. I think you painted some of those to look pretty cool, didn't you? At least I think I remember seeing that. Maybe it was a different one. Let's see here. So that should be doing good. Hopefully this will be nice and sturdy. You gotta hop off. Going to try and put together a Griffin lol. Good luck with the Griffin. Thanks for stopping by, Xfox. Good to see you. Hopefully you have a really good day. Dynotech version is a kickback reskin. Ah, okay. The kickbacks are pretty cool. I know that. I have a couple of them myself. I actually, oh, hey, it's Xbox games. Lol. I bet that's actually probably happened with the auto-generated subtitles at least once or twice, I'm sure. You've got me on the topic. Let's talk about some Ultra stuff. Sorry, Axel. I do actually have a couple of the kickbacks. This one I thrifted. Actually, both of these I thrifted. This one's just completely stock. They're nice how they are. There's a little ridge here that rubs on my hand, but it's not too bad. But this one has been modified. As you can see, I've murdered the sticker. I was gonna try and make this look dirty or whatever, but I never got around to it. I actually had to remove the slide controls there because this one was faulty and I could not get it to cycle properly. The trigger wouldn't return no matter what I did, and I don't know why, because I was putting everything in correctly and it just wouldn't work. So what has been done to this, as you can probably guess, is I did the funny, and I actually converted this to fire ultra darts. And it actually fires them pretty well. What I used for barrel here is actually the telescoping piece from a Nexus Pro's pusher. Believe it or not, that is actually pretty good front-loading ultra barrel. Thoughts on the Tech Target pistol? I'll get to that in a minute. I do like the Tech Target pistol. I also done this. If you recognize from the stuff that I got from the Goodwill outlet the other day, this is one of those things. I took one of those random tubes that I found, which just happened to be good ultra barrel, and I cut it down and I put it on one of the India-made stingers to make another ultra jolt because, well, I like jolts and I like ultra. Do I need more reason? That's good enough. Now, because Brezzy asked, I do have a couple of the Tech Target pistols. I do like them. Grab them. I have 3 of the 4 variants, actually. Only missing the earliest one. I've got the Elite barreled re-release one from 2006, I think? Was it 2007? It's one of the two. I removed the air restrictor and whatever, and it works pretty well. This one I actually got pretty new with the target and the box and whatever. It works pretty well. Unfortunately, the priming handle is starting to really fade because they do that, and it was completely unfaded when I got it. I should have left it in the box. They eventually, they fade pretty far, as you can see. Then I have the modern Nerf logo one that takes old Mega. This one actually seals pretty well. The other one here doesn't for some reason. It still fires old Mega, but I think I've also, I took the post out of this one, so it'll fire Ultra. Not ridiculously well, but it does work. Oh god, that lag. Is there something wrong? Is the audio lagging behind the video or something? We've also got, obviously, the weird crayon-looking logo. This one does not seal very well, and I don't understand why. I'm going to have to take another look at this one. This one's completely unmodified. It still has its dart peg. The video is lagging behind the audio. Okay, hopefully that's just you. Anyone else in the chat experiencing that? Hopefully it's not, because I do not want to have to mess with the audio again. Okay. I'm going to add a little A little more hot glue here. Not much on this one. Let's see. Looks like we're getting close to being done with the actual hot gluing on here. And we might be able to completely refuse to do any epoxy putty right now because I don't necessarily want to at the moment. And maybe work a little more on this bad boy. It's been a solid half hour. How long have we been going? I can't actually tell, by the way. Let's see here. No lag for you? Okay. Okay, good. Good. We're just going to fill this cavity behind between the shells with hot glue, just because we want to make sure that during priming, since all the force tends to go into there, that this doesn't just completely collapse, because that would suck. That Stendo clip mod too. Nah, not on this one. I'm thinking about it for the other one, integrating a Talon mag into there to make it ridiculous capacity. Out of Darts, want to sponsor me? I'd love to put a Tachi on one. That'd be funny. But yeah, that's not going to be done on this one. This one's going to be my main sidearm. I actually pretty much like it the way it is currently, other than the ergo, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. Let's see here. Yeah, there seems to be a little bit of more gap on this side because, you know, cuts are hard to do. But I think it'll go over pretty well. I think that's most of the hot glue done now. You got to integrate one of the half dart drums onto the other one. I don't believe the half dart drums that are out there actually worked very well. So they never really got much release. I've seen like one, and I think that was Peggy. But other than that, they don't really show up. So gotta keep up that grind set. Amazing. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close here. The only thing is this part here just doesn't want to be straight. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. That's kind of annoying. Maybe we can just put a little hot glue under there. Yeah, it won't come out too bad. Are you shaming the LGBT? Oh man, please don't make those jokes. I mean, there's time and a place, Brezzy. Time and a place. Yes, I get the joke, Brezzy. I sure hope, for the record, that is actually the joke there. The little joke, but yeah. Hey, Shaz, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? Today we are working on a Dark Zone Pro Mark II a little bit, because the grip on these is garbage. And I'm going to have to remove a little bit of this half-dead screw post now, unfortunately. Good, good. How are you? I am doing pretty well. I got some epoxy putty today, and we're just working on this a bit. Or doing the hot glue portion. We might not do the epoxy putty today. I was going to, but maybe not. I don't know if that's something I want to really do on stream, because that's very lengthy. But, yeah, that's the thing. We might also do some work on this bad boy. I've been given this an inline clip. Do you think the raised grip panels might make it not fit in the holster? No, I already checked that, Brezzy. This absolutely fits in the holster. I will actually go get the holster in a minute and show you that. And I would actually recommend doing the raised grip panel mod anyway. It actually made it even more comfortable without the, even without the barricade grip. Not perfect, but it's one of my integrations, so it's never going to be perfect. Let me go grab that holster real quick. Yep, fits just fine. As you can see, it stays completely out of the way of any of the stuff we're doing here. So it'll holster just fine. You gotta be a Chad and leave the grip panels off. Oof. Gopher, welcome in. One thing there's wondering, joke, how big are your hands actually? Let me give you a size comparison. I've been told that I have long fingers. Here is a standard Nerf Ultra Dart. About the size of my pinky finger is a Nerf Ultra Dart in length, not in width. In width, that's more like my middle finger. I can give the ultra flip off, obviously. Size comparison time, pretty much. I gotta compare sizes, guys. Here is a can of soda. That's a pretty standard size, and as you can see, I can grip it quite well. How do I show this better? Here's a jolt in comparison to my hand. Do you have a ruler? Yes, I do. That probably would have been the smartest thing to go to, wouldn't it? Where did I stick that? We got a ruler. Okay, what would you like? Would you like centimeters or inches? Jolt squared. Turn soda can into a grip. Mega ballistic ball mag and grip be like. All right. Let's see here. My middle finger from, let's see here, from where it really, should we go from the end of the skin here? If we go from the end of the skin flap at the very end here, we've got about 7.5 centimeters on the middle there. If you count before the skin flap here, we're more like 9 for the middle finger. I have decently long fingers for the size of my hands, so I personally don't mind bagging grips. This is obviously going to be on the edge of where it would be too big, but not like the knockout. The knockout's just a little bit over, even for me. Hopefully this should be good for most people's hand sizes. It certainly feels comfortable for me. Does that give you what you need to know, Gopher? I will be right back. I need to get another drink because I love soda. All right, I am back. Oh, thank you. Gotcha. All right, now to completely destroy the chat, guys. Oof. At least you don't have gorilla arms like you. No, I do not. I am rather small. Nexus Pro equals no good. I mean, the Nexus Pro is a Nexus Pro. It's not God tier or anything. All right, for drink now, we've got some Mountain Dew Voltage because I don't know, caffeine. Cool stuff. Okay, most of this is hot glued now. That's definitely comfortable. You were not kidding though. That's a long one, lol. Wait, is that actually long for fingers? I'm not quite Voldemort, but you know, they're supposedly long. I'm sure there are any number of jokes that can be made about it. Retaliator. I would correct you and say recon. I do enjoy recons. I'm actually going to take off a little bit of material here because I want it to match a little more closely to the other side here. Speaking of recons, should I flex the recon collection, or should I just leave it? Gotta get it Vile in here so he can show off all his stinking stubby stocks. Leave it for a flex video. Yes, I think Shaz has the vote here for reasons. Thank you again for that, Shaz. Let's pull out the funny flexes. Because yeah, we've obviously got the we got the Sonic and Clear ones. Those ones are fun. We'll leave the real flexes for another video. I saw your comment there, Shaz. Yeah, we'll leave the flexes for another video. Eventually. But yeah. All right. So I think that's most of the hot glue done here. I'm debating on whether I want to get into the epoxy putty because I did actually get some of that today. I finally bothered to go to Lowe's. I've been procrastinating for at least 2 or 3 months. And I could do some of the touch-ups here. There aren't too many areas that I really want to aggressively give putty. Like, mainly the areas are just in here. Sent you a picture of your paw on Discord. Your middle finger is clocking in about 75 millimeters. So yours at 90 is, yeah. Oh, well, remember, that's 90, or actually more like 85, I guess. It depends on where you start measuring. If you start by the crease here, it's more like 85. But yeah, it definitely sounds like I have longer fingers than you. That might be a problem. Let's actually give that a try. Let me find the trigger. Let's see how that would, let's try and simulate how that length would be for you. Oh, right. Yeah, that's right. The return spring's right here. I will say you could probably get it in closer ever so slightly if you were willing to butcher some of the shell, but I can understand if that would be a little bit iffy, you know? You couldn't get it in too much further, but maybe a little. I should put that in. So how am I going to do this? Let's get some padding. So how much is that? We'll say 70. So that was 75 millimeters versus 85 to 90. So let's get something that's like 15. That's 15, and that squishes a little, so that can be anywhere between 10 and 15. We'll just use that foam pad. Easy. So we can simulate what it's like for Gopher with his smaller fingers. Yeah, that might be an issue for you. That might that could just be the squish talk. Okay, I guess if I hold it in a better way, yeah, that can still be reached. Wait, doesn't the Mark II use the same spring-loaded feed lips? Yes, it does. But my issue with the Mark 2.1 is because those are removable. These mag lips are these are pretty loose. So like they work fine, like just here right now. But if you were to leave these for a while, they would pretty much they would probably start to let go of darts. And another issue is these will get caught on things easily. And if these manage to spring open, there go all of your darts. And I've seen people actually touching on that in some reviews. Appreciate the science. No problem. I'll understand if that's not something you really want to experiment with. Gopher. I should have thought of that before, because it is already, it is a mag and grip, and I kind of forgot for a minute there just how, long my fingers are. They modeled it after Worker's angled mag. We will be good. Here's the problem with that, Shy Guy. The issue is they actually could not use a rigid feed lip, because the plunger tube is actually the pusher. So for it to fit, it actually has to push these out of the way, and that's why they're spring-loaded. Not because of feeding. You can top load on a Katana magazine, and that's got non-spring-loaded. But with this design, they need to move out of the way for the plunger tube. And to keep the same internals, they had to do that. You got to run for a bit, and you'll be back later if you're still running. Have fun. Thanks for stopping in, Gopher. Hopefully we'll still be going when you get back. Have fun. Good luck on whatever it is you're doing. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put down the Mark II for a little bit, and we're going to work on seeing if I can find a spring upgrade for this bad boy, and maybe do a little bit better work on the plunger pad. I think I need to glue it in. So we'll just move this to the side. Feeling good, feeling good. And we'll get the electric screwdriver out. I got the spring bin right here. Hopefully we have something that will fit. Where's the extra? Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Now we can go. Do a little trolling. Make the Mark II into a pistol carbine. I know Arby's is after me doing a pump action jank Mark II, but no. I like it too much as a pistol. I'm a pistols guy, remember? Guys, I think we got enough pistol carbine with my Mercury. Put a stock on it, not a pump grip. I don't know how you would do that, Rezi, because the slide, you'd have to have it coming off here, and with how that's going to torque it, I think that would be a pretty bad idea. The stock adapter, like that doesn't make a difference, Brezzy, because it's still, if it's coming off the bottom of the grip, that means when you go to prime it while you're shouldered, it's going to torque the stock in this direction, and that's going to try and snap it off. Same issue the Jurassic Pro has. See, my tactic of foam isn't really working out too well because I didn't glue it. So let's glue it, I guess. Yeah. Now you see, Brezzy. Yeah, that's why that would be kind of not so great idea. Otherwise, that would be kind of cool. But I just don't see a way of doing that wouldn't torque it in a way that would be kind of iffy. Thumb hole adapter. That's true. But there's not really there's only a little bit of space here. That'd be kind of difficult to do, but it's worth looking into. Not my thing, though. All right, so this is the stock spring. How much compression room do we really have? Yikes, that's not all that much compression room. Let's take a look and see what we got. It's got to be a pretty specific size. That's pretty narrow. Let's not make the pistol more lifelike, please. Fair. What have we got that'll fit? That'll actually be an upgrade. Would this spring work? We can actually test this by taking a look at here. Well, it'll fit on there, but will it fit in the plunger? No, it will not. That's a no on the spring fire spring. Can it take a K26? Just kidding. I hate K26, and probably can't. No, it cannot. Can it take whatever the... Is this literally like the same exact... This is literally like the same spring. Guess you need to burn $80 now. I think they're sold out everywhere, unfortunately. What's this? This has some decent weight to it. It's pretty wide. Will this fit in the plunger tube? It'll fit in the plunger tube. And it'll fit over here. It's pretty similar frequency. I think we're going to give that a try. Now I got to figure out how to get the spring on. I think I have to... Oh, really? Oh, that's going to be a pain. So it's got some bits here that are on a pin that you have to pop off to get the plunger rod out. Oh, okay, that wasn't actually that hard. Never mind. That's pretty easy. Let's give this thing a try. Maybe that'll boost our power levels. Oh wait, I should probably put that back on first. Which way does this go? Catch notch needs to be down that way. Okay. Stolen sound effect here. I don't get that one. What's the joke there? Huh? Is there a problem? Oh, wait. Right. Run plunger tube. How's the seal? Oh, we're at like 99%. That's good enough. Where did I put my lube? Is it back here? Yep. Oh, Roblox oof. Rip the oof. I hear they replaced it. White lithium. Yummy, yummy. White lithium grease. Oh, we'll see how long it lasts. I don't really care. Well, I care, but I don't care. It's X-Shot. It's probably really cheap. Oh, it's taken from another game? Really? You love eating lithium. I sure hope that's a joke. Shut up, clock. Well, that means we've been going for at least an hour. Okay, I definitely have to... It's going to be a fun one. Let me remove the barrel here. I don't want that to get messed up. Remove the plunger tube. That'll make things easier. So I can grab onto this. Come on. Kill the clock now. I would like to be able to still tell the time just by looking up. So I can't kill the clock yet, no matter how much I would really love to. Also, my parents would kill me. Yeah, this one's going to have some serious pre-compression on there that it is not happy about. Oh, wait, this plunger rod isn't straight. That might be half of it. Yeah, get in there, please. Oh, actually, there's a channel that I completely forgot about there. I should lube that up. Giggity. Ah, son of a... That'll probably help performance too. Okay. Let's try it. Let's attempt to reassemble this. Ah, man, it came undone again. It should fit. It just needs to be in there. It's just got to have the support of the shell. Today on Jolt King Swears that a Blastery is trying to mod. Okay. Oh, dang it. There we go. Come on. Get in. There we go. Is that going to stick? Oh, sweet. The game is called Messiah, and it was a scene where Cupid dude landed on the moon. Weird. There's a channel that I completely forgot about there. Is what I said when I saw Sky Does Minecraft in your feed once. Oh, yeah, Sky Does Minecraft. I think I watched him when I was, like, 8. Okay, is that everything? I think that's everything. Let's button it up and see if it'll catch. And if it catches, if it even is a good improvement. It should be. It felt like a pretty beefy spring. But, we'll see. We'll see. Yo, why is this not going back together? I leave a... Oh, screws probably get caught on something. Yep, that was it. There we go. clean my hands of this stupid white lithium grease, and I need to blow my nose again. Yikes, allergies, man. Allergies suck. Ugh. All right, let's put some screws back in here. I actually managed to lose one of the screws while I was doing this inline clip mod earlier. I have no idea where it went, and I haven't bothered to replace it. I should probably put the cap back on my white lithium. What little white lithium I have left. I can't believe I managed to go through almost this entire stinking tube. Need to get more lube sometime whenever I have an excuse to make a Silver Fox order. Gotta get some slug slime. So that stuff's really nice. Not all of them. Looks like it. Alright, let's load up a couple Worker Gen 3 Plus starts. Oh, there's some white lithium got on here. White lithium, it gets everywhere. It's gross. Just get a couple in there. Let's try it. Hey, it primed. Sweet. Let's see how well it performs. That did not sound very happy, but it shot. Yikes. I don't know how well you guys can hear that, but that's quite the... Oh, that's quite the smack. Ugh. Yikes. I think I'm going to put an O-ring in the front of the plunger tube to act as some kind of pad, because that is a big time noise. Why am I using the manual screwdriver? Freaking Neanderthal. Gotta turn that in MagFed Blaster. No. Okay, so the catch is fine. Let's, oh boy. Yeah, that was really loud, and I don't trust that on, you know, X-Shot quality plastic. So where did I put all my O-rings? All right, we're going to use... I've just shoved the O-ring from an AccuTrooper down the plunger tube. So we're going to use that as padding. See how well that goes. Ah, son of a bitch. You fixed too many reflex 6s at this point. I'm sure you have. I've seen the amount of repairing that you have been doing. And, wow, that's quite a bit. I'm actually a little bit jealous. I actually really enjoy repair. Okay, yeah, this is definitely going to need to come off. Did I cut myself? Hopefully I didn't cut myself on stream, because that'd suck. Okay, good. You still have your modded green reflex. I also have a modded green reflex. I also have a really cool one that Iron Gopher gave me that is really gorgeous and weathered. Yeah, he swore. Of course I swore. I always swear. Just not in pre-recorded videos. I try not to do that in pre-recorded videos, but on stream I can't really help it. Yeah, man, this is going to be a pain. I have to do this all over again. Oh, is it going to work this time? Okay. Electronic screwdriver is different must-have for it. The Reflex 6 likes to break its rotation arm or blow the front cylinder off. Yeah, I haven't heard the rotation arm one before, but I hear a lot about the cylinder blowing off. Especially if you put, like, K25 in it or something. The cylinder, just in general, honestly, is really loose. It's, like, disturbingly loose. It wiggles around once you have the blaster primed. Jolt is adorable in general, so him swearing is funny. No, it fucking isn't. Let's see here. Yeah, there goes the PG-13 rating. That's it. You're gonna hop on one of your 6,000 alts. Oh god. I definitely want to get more of these X-Shot blasters. These are ridiculously fun to plink with. Hope that didn't make you feel weird. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. You make up a minimum of 6% of the user population on YouTube. Really? I love using the electric screwdriver to take the screws out, but I will never use it to put them back in, because I do not want to strip out any screw posts or over-tighten anything. Besides, I like to back thread. And it's kind of impossible to do that with electric. It's like actually the main downside to electric is that you can't really back thread very easily. I still love it though. Thanks Gopher. It is actually pretty useful, especially on large blasters like the Quick 16. That thing has so many freaking screws. Oh, bro, you gotta over-tighten everything, make it impossible to take apart. Ah, yes, let's over-tighten it and, you know, just snap all of the screw posts. We don't need those. Screw posts are for babies. Alright, I should probably load it. Let's get a couple more. Beautiful Worker Gen 3 Plus darts. Seriously, I cannot overstate just how amazing these darts are. Buy Worker Gen 3 Plus darts. I am not sponsored by Worker, although I would love to be. These are just amazing darts in general. farted out. Did I break something already? No, that flew. I'm not seeing much of a performance increase, if any. I'm concerned. I don't know why it's not performing any better. Is my brass trying to come out the front? Is my brass, like, just not... Oh, it looks like it's still in there. What's going on with this? What the heck? Is it not sealing or something? It should be working. It should be squishing against there. Yeah, that's concerning. I have to say we're going to downgrade back to stock spring here because I don't want to break this because this is currently my only one. Yeah, the shell is the older model. I got this one from the Goodwill outlet. So yeah, that's a no. That's a no on the spring upgrade, I guess, because spring upgrade didn't do anything other than make it sound like it's going to kill itself. So we're just going back to stock because that's basically all we can really do. That's quite unfortunate. Maybe it's just this one. Maybe it's just the setup I have going here, but I don't trust that. Ugh. White lithium. And hot glue strings, apparently. You go stock spring lube and plumber's tape under the O-ring mostly. This one seems to have a decent enough seal, so I'll leave out the Teflon tape. Although I actually recently I haven't been doing Teflon tape very much. I actually prefer to use a properly sized O-ring instead. It seems to usually yield better results, and I have enough spare O-rings at this point to be able to do that. Because I have scrapped enough blasters. Seriously, I have a whole humongous bin full of dead blaster shells. I've gutted so many things. Gutted because either they were worthless and crappy and there was nothing I wanted to do to them, or I broke them because I'm an idiot. Because not all of my mods go as well as I would like them to, unfortunately. Cosmoleon. What is Cosmoleon? I don't know what that is. You can watch the stream in a window on your phone. Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah, you can do that. So I guess it's kind of back to the drawing board with this one. I'll probably figure this out sometime off stream because I don't want to do weird, annoying, finicky things on stream because that would just bore everyone to death. Apparently this one was a Dollar General model. That's one of the interesting things. Some of the Buzzbee blasters and the Dart Zone blasters will do this too, where they'll actually say Dollar Gen on them, and what that actually means is that it was the Dollar General model. I actually have 2 of the Buzzbee Revolutions. Great pistol, by the way. Recommend it highly. $10, best slide prime you can buy. One of them says Dollar Gen on the trigger, and the other one is blank. Since it's yellow. Were all the yellow ones Dollar General models? I don't know if that was a thing. Because I think these are well before my time. Also, I think it had some form of sight, but mine's not here because, you know, Goodwill Outlet. Well, it still fires, so we'll take that as a win. It's, you know, it's brake action and now has an inline clip. Yeah, that's a thing. Actually, I should probably show off that tube that I used for the inline clip. I found a really useful tube at the Goodwill Outlet, actually. Wasn't super long, but it's been put to good use already. It's this stuff. It's probably from some kind of curtain hanger or curtain rod or whatever. What's nice about this is it's a very loose inner diameter. This is about actually the barrel you'd want for hyper, but it is the same outer diameter as like CPVC and regular aluminum barreling. So this is very, very useful for like inline clips, because what I can do is I can put a CPVC coupler on one end of this and then just transition it straight into a CPVC barrel. Super duper easy. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And stock load. Yeah, I figured it has like an end strike lug looking thing going on here. Bit of a shame that I don't have the stock, but honestly, it's probably better without it anyway. Kind of like it. It's a decently ergonomic blaster. It's a fun plinker. And I hope to be able to get more of them in the future, because these are a lot of fun. I'll actually plink a couple more rounds with this just because it's fun. Oh wait, it was already primed. That time it didn't feed. I think I need to work on the feeding eventually. This is why I don't use brass very often. It doesn't always feed very well. The Royal versions of the Reflex 6. Now that one is one that I want to get. That actually looks pretty cool. But I'll wait to try and thrift them, because I'm always like that. This is why I only ever do things on old blasters, because I'm always thrifting them. I think the Ultra Strike is one of the few things that I bought like actually new. Like not on sale or anything. In a very, very long time. Let's clean the white lithium off that poor spring. Alright, what should we get up to? I don't really want to get into epoxy putty on this yet, just because that's a thing I'd prefer to do off stream. So what should we take a look at? What have I got laying around that I can work on? It's a tough one. There are so many things that I just have laying around, but it's a question of what would do well for stream. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think we might be nearing the end of our project of our stream then, because we might be running out of projects. Uh-oh, that's not good. What have I got that would do anything? I suppose I could show off some mods that I've done here. Recent in-store purchase, the Ace and the Nexus. That's about 2 years ago. Well, the Ace obviously would be pretty recently. because that one's a newer one. Maybe back you need to get that lamp you spray painted in the hammered metals look paint. All right, good luck on that. Show you the mods. All right, let's do it. There are a ton of mods I haven't really shown off on YouTube. I've showed a lot of them off on Discord at one point or another, but it takes effort to film a video. So, yeah, I'm not big on effort. What we got here is, this is a Busby Predator. This is actually the Predator that used to be shell-fed. That video, for some reason, has more views than, like, literally any other video on my channel other than that stupid short. So, that's a weird one. I still don't know why that got so many dang views. That wasn't even that good a video or a mod. But, yeah, that mod is no more because I have done something different with this. I've showed this off on Discord, but it's actually pretty cool. I've done an RSCB on this because, for reference, the plunger tube is actually up here. And how it would work is it had a very narrow tube that would go from the front of the plunger up and then all the way back around to about here to go all the way back into the barrel. And that really showed in the stock performance. This thing was hitting like 40, 50 FPS. It was pretty bad. Now, I had a thought on this is because, you know, the breech opens up here, so you've got all this space behind where the air comes out here. Why not make it an RSCB? I've seen people do this to one of the shell-fed Busby blasters, the lever action one, the rapid fire tech. That seemed to work pretty well. But I obviously, it's similar internals, and it's actually a decent-sized plunger tube and a decent spring load. It's got about 5 kilograms stock. So I figured I'd give it a shot. And it actually ended up working really well. So I've now got an O-ring on the bolt here, or pusher, whatever now. And that seals off, or rather opens up, a 3-round RSCB. I just load them up here. So we've got a loose tube going to about here, and then the air comes up from the plunger tube and goes into a hole here for a tight barrel. It is a very short barrel, but it does get decent performance. This last time I chronoed it was getting about 80 to 90 FPS, which is a huge improvement over the stock performance. Like, easily double the performance. And did I mention this is still rocking the stock plunger tube and the stock spring load? Yeah, these have pretty good potential. They're just really limited by that extreme, like, 6 inches worth of thin hosing of dead space. Video idea, flex post, show off the best parts of your collection. I could do a little bit of that too. But like I said, this is now a 3-round RSCB. That just, oh, I had them all backwards, that's why. Or they weren't back enough. There we go. Something wrong in here? Did it break in storage? Oh, I think it just doesn't like these darts. Okay. That's what it is. Maybe just workers don't like RSCBs or something. I'll have to take a look, because I haven't messed with this one in a while, and the bolt O-ring's feeling a little loose. Now that I think about it, that might be it. But this was working when I put it into storage, so I don't know. I'll have to refurbish that at some point. Maybe later today. What else have we got to show off? Let's show off a mod that will probably never be completed, I think. This is something that I was working on for a while that will probably never get finished, ever. This is what actually became of the Jank Spamf. That blaster is no more. In its place is what I was working on as an internal mag Jank Spamf. So I got a different shell here, and I integrated part of a 6-round mag that I tried to convert to short darts, and it didn't really work. I could never get it to feed properly, no matter what I did, which is really frustrating. And then honestly, in the end, I just realized if you just stick one of the Dirt Zone Pro or the Nexus Pro magazines in just a regular Spamf, it's top loading anyway, so it kind of defeats the entire purpose of the build, which is really sad. But I had some 3D printed feed lips that I cut off of a 3D printed magazine, and it's got a follower that's cut down. It uses a drum spring. It's very jank, and it did not work, like, basically at all. And, yeah, that's a project that will probably never get touched again, unfortunately. Maybe sometime I can get another Spamf printed kit and reuse this handle and plunger system, because all the parts that you would want for a Spamf are still usable. What else have we got? Oh, I completely forgot about this project, to be honest. I am a big fan of the Busby Double Shot. That's the break action loading shell fed blaster. Load of fun, love that thing, but it's a little low on power. So I decided to do some stupid stuff to one, and that involved making it air powered. Oh, that's a piece of something else. Yeah, this is a thing. This has the tank from a Supermax 1500 that I gutted because it's the later version, which sucked. And as you can see, I have positioned an airway that I have no idea how well it works, going to both barrels for just the one tank, and I've got the trigger hooked up. That should theoretically work. Did you jank up your Super Spamf yet? No, my Super Spamf, I can see it from here. It's hanging on my wall. It's still beautiful, even nearly 2 years later. Love that thing. Yeah. So what needs to be done on this is currently, I think all this back end is done. I think. I've never been able to test it because, as you can see, there's this line coming off here, and I need to put the pump on. And that means using epoxy, which is always a pain in the ass. So, yeah, there's that. I also need... This was also the original version of the double shot. This is the blue and the yellow version, which unfortunately the barrel is like solvent welded together, so I really had to butcher this thing to get it apart. I need to put the pump in here, and it's going to be really hard to fit in there. And I really don't know how I'm going to pull this off. Don't worry, I did not like gut a good condition one of these, because this one was actually broken. This had some broken essential screw posts. You just finished modding your first strong arm. You had 2 flip furies but didn't care for it, so you scrapped it. Did a drop cylinder mod, but for some odd reason it's not slam firing. Think the trade-off was worth it? Possibly. I don't know why it isn't slam firing. That's really weird. I can't even think of normally with the strong arm, when it goes wrong, it means it just slam fires when you don't want it to. I've never heard of it making one not slam fire. That's a new one. I would say it is probably worth it, just because low capacity slam fire is something I never understood. 6 rounds is just not enough to warrant slam fire, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Okay, let's find something else to show off. That's a good one. Let's show that off. Okay, so this is something that was modded, but not by me. This was actually modded by my good friend, Nothing Blasters. This is one of his first mods. This is, if you don't already recognize it, the Busby Tactical Storm, which is normally a top prime blaster. But as you can see, with the power of epoxy putty and metal bar and PVC, I made it pump action. And for some reason, this part of the grip is gone. I don't know where that is. I never had it. So it's also got a 3D printed mag release here that is a nice paddle. It's pretty nice. The prime is still pretty easy. I believe it has stock spring. It does have the air restrictor removed. It's still full dart. It's actually decently comfortable, other than the void in the front of the grip here. The pump works just fine, and this is all epoxy putty. It's very jank, and I absolutely adore it. And it's still full length. So let me load up a couple rounds so I can show you. It's pretty cool. I honestly really like it, and I want to use it at a indoor war sometime. Got 3 rounds of the Dart Zone chili darts. Works great. It should be getting, I think it was getting 80 to 90 FPS because that's about what Busby MagFeds get. I like it. Thanks again to Nothing Blasters for this. I did not mod this. That was his work. I just have it now, and apparently now the polymer decided to come out of my Rapid Red mag. How on earth did it even do that? I'm very confused. Well, it's back in there now. I'm sure it's fine. This is actually a Rapid Red mag that I unpainted. This was given to me by Nightwing, good friend of mine, and he had painted like most of this mag. So as you can see, this no longer has logos, and that's because I sanded off all of the paint, even on this transparent side. So this has actually been, this took many, many hours of my time, and I sanded off all the paint, and I got it smooth enough so that it actually, you can still see through the plastic now. It's got, you can still see it has some scratches on it, but it's pretty light scratching, and I'm pretty proud of that. Let's find something else cool. What have I got? Yeah, you can probably tell that I'm running out of things to show off here. Oh, I know what I should show off. I should show off some really cool things that Iron Gopher made. Oh, Quandale Dingle. Jesus Christ is the only way to heaven. Repent before it's too late. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just assume that's a troll. We're just gonna assume that's a troll right there. Never mind them. What we got here are 2 amazing blasters that were made by Iron Gopher. He was in here earlier. Really great guy. A lot of talent. He's very good at weathering and paintwork, and it really shows. Like, the more you look at these, the better they look. This one is simply a Reflex 6. It has the dart pegs removed so you can fire short darts, and it has, I believe he said, a cut-down Chronos spring. It's a little bit of a heavy draw. I'm surprised it hasn't shot the cylinder out the front. I know that keeps happening to a lot of people's reflexes. But it shoots like, I think it was doing 120 FPS, at least with the darts that I had been using. It's pretty cool. Obviously, this is, neither of these are safe for use in a public park, but that's not really the point of these. These sit on a wall. These are used safely. These do not leave my basement. But they're really gorgeous, and both of them perform really well. Really, really, really fun blasters. I can't do that anymore. I actually have had an injury where I can't really hold blasters with this hand dominant anymore. I used to kind of, with pistols, go between both hands, and I just pass them off, but now I actually can't, because I actually sliced open my finger right around here, and it took a little while to heal, and now there is still a bump and a lot of soreness there, and it's right where all the force goes in on prime. But, yeah, that's a thing. Very, very awesome blaster. I still got one. Now this one is really, really cool. This is a Hot Shock that has had a lot of work done to it that Gopher did. This has a replacement plunger head kit in it, and it has the handle from one of the Bug Attack Rapid Fires. I actually cleaned out one of those on the last stream. And it also has this really cool printed muzzle that he's painted up here. That's actually a short dart kit right here, and the O-rings like to come off when you yank out the barrel. And it's got K26 in it, and obviously it's painted really beautifully. This is his aesthetic of just grime and junk and beautifulness completely to the max, and I love it. And it hits very, very hard too. I believe I was chronoing this at up to 170 FPS with Adventure Force waffles. Because believe it or not, this printed barrel, it's actually pretty decent, and it'll launch even waffles at pretty good velocity without a problem. It's quite the powerhouse. It'll also vacuum load, which is helpful for that long barrel. Very much love this thing. It's beautiful, and it looks great on my wall. Thanks again for these, Gopher, if you're watching this at any point. By the way, sorry to have dropped out of your stream. Like, your friends dropped out of high school. Lol. Alright, what else have I got? Because Brezzy mentioned it earlier, I do have a super spamp, and it's still around, and it's still great. Still one of my favorite things to plink with. I still have it. It's in great condition. I've only got like a couple of like hairline fractures starting to form like near the screw post here. That's about it. It's still going great after a couple of years. I am very impressed with the quality of 3D printing. Great, great stuff. Still love this thing. I think it looks great with long mag. Now, I will show off a jolt that I've actually modded. A couple of them, actually. I've done some weird jolt mods lately. Because, you know, they're jolts. So I gotta mod them, obviously. This is one I know I showed this one off on Discord at some point, and I think Instagram. This is actually a knockoff jolt that was given to me by Nothing Blasters. I don't know where he got it. It had a weird outer shell. But obviously, it needed to be modified because knockoffs are knockoffs. So what I've done here is I've put the Smart Air Restrictor and barrels from a Double Strike on here. They actually fit really, really well, and if I hadn't used hot glue, this could have been done pretty cleanly. And it works pretty well. This is actually very similar to the Scavenger double jolt that I actually thrifted the other week. We cleaned up and broke part of on stream the other day. Well, this was basically my response to that because I didn't have one of these at the time. And I really like the idea of a two-shot Smart AR jolt. And it works about the same as the real thing. It's halfway decent. Resin printed super spam. Oh, the weight. But yeah, it works decently well. It's a jolt, so it's not going to get insane performance, but you know, 50, 55, pretty decent. Now, what is getting decent performance is this bad boy right here. This is my high power jolt. Yeah, that's apparently a thing you can do. This is obviously the Orange Trigger Elite Jolt, but as you can see, I have brassed this. And I have removed as much dead space as possible. That's why there's, you know, marks of having this cut off. This has also had the seals optimized, and it has a Tech 6 spring. Now, optimized with the correct darts using Worker Gen 3 Plus darts, I'm able to get this firing up to 90 FPS. That's right, 90 FPS out of a Jolt. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think I've seen anyone get anything better out of a Jolt. It's probably possible with a really strong spring load, but I need to sand out the plunger tube, or not the plunger tube, the plunger head, to get anything more out of it, because I'd need to do that to fit a Retaliator spring. But yeah, you can just pinky load Worker Dart into the bottom, give it a prime, and 90 FPS Jolt. So yeah, that's a fun one. Really, really proud of how that came out. That took way more tinkering to get all the seals right than I care to admit. Really great stuff. What else have I got that I haven't really shown off on my YouTube? I show off a lot of this stuff on Discord. I just never film any videos. Here's another one. This one I actually ran at an Awfuls round for an SDNC parkour. This is a Busby double shot that has been made to not take shells. It has CPVC in each barrel, about 2 inches, and it'll get 60 to 70, sometimes up to 80 FPS out of it. Because fun thing is, double shots actually have a decent amount of power potential. They just have the really bad shells, because they have basically no good barrel in those shells. So if you use printed shells, or if you use something other than the shell, you can actually get a good amount of pop out of these. They're pretty fun. Just don't try and upgrade the springs. It'll, like, destroy itself. Basically, don't mod anything in here. Don't mod. The only thing you'd want to mod is literally just shoving barrel down the front. Anything else is probably going to end up breaking it, because these things are fragile. Seriously, every time I thrift one of these, I swear, it's always broken in some way. I can usually fix it, but not always. If it's a broken plunger rod, you're kind of screwed. I think the reason why they're like that is because it's 2 plunger systems, each one with a spring equivalent to a Tech 6 spring. So that's about probably 9 to 10 kilograms total between the 2 of them on Busby quality plastic. That's not a good recipe. Here's another one. Should probably do a mods by the minute on this at some point. This is a Rival Fate that I've done an inline clip on. It's pretty fun. Sometimes the breach will take a second to come out if I've been leaving it for a while, but then it'll come out fine once you give it a nudge. It's just the friction of just having been left in there. It's weird.